with another competition. It is week 1. We have our top 8 double elimination bracket tonight. Basically, that means that the losers are going to be filling up the second half of the bracket for a losers bracket. And so it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual. But it's Friday night, and we're getting ready to throw this thing in the ringer.
And this is
So,
the first week finals of our 3-week competition we're having. So this is the third comp of our first week. So this is the final event of the first week of competition for these guys. So it's
that's
kind of
right.
a build up to this event if you've been watching all week.
Exactly. And here we have Going Crazy as the cone car. We have LDT Justin as one of the judges. We have Bagish as a judge, and Going Crazy is also a judge. And yours truly, Gabe For Real, is the announcer. All right, here we go. We got the guys warming up their tires, doing some practice runs. You remember the guys from just a couple of days ago. We got Kyoto Temple. We got Ashton, Katsuhara, Captain Tokes, Agreed, Ruthless James, No Slide, Damien Bro, and yeah, these guys are gonna be putting some heaters on for us tonight, so this should be exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. It's going to be a good run. There's a lot of good runs last time.
Oh
Going to be
yeah,
some
yeah,
good rounds this time. You know, these guys have been running this line practicing up to this point. So I can't wait to see some heaters. As a matter of fact, our first matchup tonight is one of the hottest heaters from last week. It was Damian Bro, or from Wednesday, it was Damian Bro and Temple. So this should be actually that was a heater from Monday night, not Wednesday night. So
oh yeah,
this should be a great round to watch to start out
yeah.
with.
They had some crazy battles, man. Crazy
Definitely.
battles.
As a matter of fact, here we're going to get these drivers to run a couple more practice runs here, get the jitters out, and we're going to get this show on the road here and get this started for you guys. So
Oh
let's get
yeah.
these one or two more
Definitely gonna be a good one.
last practice runs here and make sure this is a good run. Everybody's all warmed up here and get this show on the road for you guys.
Yeah, these guys have been putting in the work, putting in the hours to get this line down. So hopefully do a little bit better than they did on Wednesday. Make some improvements on whatever mistakes that they made, if they made any, and just make it clean and get on those doors, guys. We want to see some spicy runs. See Ashton out here
Yeah.
catching those clips.
Oh,
Throwing a ton of angle in these practice runs. Katsuhara, he's nothing to sleep on, I'll tell you that. He's
yeah.
making his ways up in the ranks.
Katsuhara and Damien went at it last round.
Yeah, man, Katsuhara came in with the second place podium.
That was actually Katsuhara's first podium, and I believe that was Ruthless James's first podium too.
Wow, that's a lot
Yeah, I
first.
believe from what he told us it was, yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool experience for both those guys. So
Oh
hopefully
yeah,
they can duplicate that performance tonight and get another podium for their
yeah.
team.
Kai making LDT proud. Ruthless making HB proud.
Definitely. When I'm not in this cone car, I'm in an LDT car for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot to mention, Crazy is actually one of the captains on LDT. So yeah, we got Ashton and Agreed
We're
throwing
good
up
to
a
go.
run here,
All
and
right.
we'll
When
get these
drivers are ready,
guys
we'll get them parked
to go
up. We'll
around.
get Damien and Temple to the line. Damien in the lead with Temple in the chase.
All right,
Woo-hoo. Throwing a little spice in to start.
Damien looks like he's warmed up.
We'll get you to skid over towards Damien a little bit, Temple. Yeah, kind of like
We are
driver tires in line with the white line. We're good.
sweet.
We can get him to back up just a little, tire to tire.
Will you back up Temple your front tire to his back tire?
There we go.
Perfect.
Good shit.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Back
Get
here on
fired up. First
CP.
run here. Great run. Can't wait to see it.
All right, here we go. Damian Bro in the lead here with Temple in the chase. Coming into the initiation. Beautiful initiation by Damian with Temple coming up right behind him into the touch and goes here over the crosswalk. Beautiful section here coming across the third touch and go into the fourth. Good transition here with Temple right on his back bumper coming up into the final section and a beautiful finish. These drivers are
The chase was super solid.
Oh,
comfortable on this line. Look at that.
run.
That was some great driving.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They're definitely match made in heaven. These two. They're throwing some nice runs.
Let us know when you're ready, Justin.
We're good.
All right, Temple in the lead this time. Damian Bro getting ready for that initiation. Coming into the first inner clip, a little bit wide on that one. Nice and tight on the second one. Coming into the touch and goes right up on that sidewalk and over the crosswalk, right on living on the edge, man. This dude is not afraid of the edge. Coming into the fourth touch and go, beautiful there. Into the last one across the finish line with Damian right on that door the whole time.
Solid runs.
Yeah, that was definitely going to have to be nitpicked by the judges. So we'll see what they got to say.
I gotta go back and watch this chase. Something's telling me that Temple was a little bit tighter coming across that finish.
Mm.
Um, I gotta go back and watch on this
Did,
chase.
did Damien drop a tire on his lead?
That's what I'm at, right before the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now. But it kind of balances out because Kyoto missed the first in the clip. He was wide.
He did. He did.
Okay.
So it kind of break even.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm looking at Daniel's lead now.
I do know that the zone fulfillment on the lead on zone outer zone 3 or touch and go 3 that Temple was for his lead right on that while Damien was a little shallow.
And
I
Temple
seen that watching this.
filled the very last zone a little better too. He filled that zone all the way out, the very last.
Like Damien took outer or touch and go 1 and 2 like solid. He was right on the edge of both, and then third he was shallow.
You know,
Coming across for the finish, Temple. I mean he was door to door, and I'm going to look at Damien's now for the chase.
I think Temple was a little closer through that transition through after the horseshoe.
Mm-hmm. Definitely lost a little bit of proximity, shifting from 4 and 5 for the finish. Temple definitely had a closer chase. Yeah. So my chase is going to go to Temple, just based off chase alone. So I'm voted on Temple.
Watch the Temple's lead now.
One for Temple.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Temple too, just for overall zone fulfillment after that inner clip. Because Damien dropped if Damien dropped that tire, did Damien drop that tire on that outer before the horseshoe or at the first clip of the horseshoe?
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't. Then I'd have to give it to Damien then I think, because he only had really one shallow zone, and maybe just a tiny bit shallow on the very last zone.
Yeah, that's why I said if he was shallow, if Damien dropped that tire with Temple being shallow in that zone, that would literally be an OMT because they'd be breaking even. They both had a mark.
Yeah, I think it's probably actually I think it's probably an OMT because they were both shallow. Damien was shallow on the third zone coming out of the horseshoe, and Temple was shallow on the first inner clip. Other than that, they're pretty identical lead runs, except for Temple was maybe just a tiny bit further out in that very last zone. So I mean, if
If it comes down to that, I'd rather just be fair and just duke it out one more time. OMT.
that's what
Look at the
that's what
OMT in my
that's what I think too. Yep. Oh,
Yeah, I just explained it to the chat as well. We were asked, uh, I replied and told him, we were asked if Temple missed the first inner clip, and I replied and told him yes, he did. I said, but the zones were filled better on touch and go 3, 4, and 5 for the lead. So we're at it one more time.
yeah, for sure.
Um, so we're gonna have Temple lead this time, and then Damien will lead after.
All right. Looks like we're going to have an OMT for Damien and Temple's run.
All right,
Just
we're ready, Justin.
too close to call.
Yo,
All right, we got Temple in the lead this time. For his first run, coming into the inner clip, good initiation there. Damien Bro, a little contact there. Coming into the touch and goes, beautiful section here, painting that line over the crosswalk into the fourth touch and go. Beautiful here, Damien. Oh, a little contact though. Oh man, it looks like it pushed Tempo just a little bit over that sidewalk, causing him to drop a tire. Man, that is unfortunate to see that happen with such a good chase driver as Damien, bro. But mistakes happen. All right, we're getting this second run going here with Damien, bro, in the lead this time.
You ready, Justin?
yep.
Cone Car is giving them the go-ahead. And they're going, spinning those tires into the first inner clip. Putting a tire on that sidewalk, coming over into the touch and goes with Temple right on his door. A little bit wider out into that zone on the second touch and go than Temple was. See if Damien can pull it in. Drops another tire over the finish in the last zone. Solid runs here. Just a couple of tire drops though.
Okay. So with Damien's chase, was that bump on Temple's last zone? Did that bump him and make him drop a tire?
I believe it.
I'm going back now. I am going back now just to verify to clearly
Yeah,
say
I'm
yes.
watching it again.
Where y'all wanting to know about?
The bump, I think it did bump him out.
Temple's last on the last zone.
I think that
Oh, for Temple's
I
chase.
think that did bump him out. But the other question too is in Temple's chase, did he drop 2 tires out of how
Yes,
close
he
was he
did.
in proximity?
Yes, he did.
How close was he in proximity when he dropped those tires? Is what I want to see.
I'm watching Temple's chase now.
I am too. I'd say he was in proximity, but that's dropping 2 tires in proximity.
Yeah, and that was before the finish line. So I think
Well, Damien drops as well.
Yeah, yeah.
he dropped what
That's
Damien. I
that's.
believe Damien dropped one, but on Temple's chase,
No, he put the whole. I'm gonna screen clip it. He put 2.
oh, he did.
Look, I can send you. Yeah, he's way up there. His the gap of his
Oh
door to
yeah,
open is over the curb.
Damien did put two
He
tires.
dropped
In there,
2.
huh?
That's a he dropped 2.
Yeah, that's a DQ.
His door is over that curb.
Yeah, he did drop 2 on that last outer. So yeah, that's gonna go to Temple for sure.
I mean, I
I can,
can screen clip that.
you don't need to. I can see it for sure.
Okay, so if he put two on if he put two on the curb, but then you say Temple put two on the curb too.
Yeah,
But he was in. If you look at the screen clip, he's within proximity. He's there.
yeah. I didn't realize that Damien put 2 on the curb too. If
Mm-hmm.
he's just following him out to that zone. So I'd say it'd have to go to Temple.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I screen clipped it and dropped it in the chat as well. So that one's definitely gonna have to go to Temple. He did acknowledge it as well. So I mean, it's all good. Cool. So next we got up Agreed and Ashton. Agreed's from NFGA, and Ashton's running with DTI.
Oh, did y'all see Ashton's message? Ashton said he had to go down to MD because he was on the next round. He asked if he can be bumped down later on.
You ready, Justin?
Then we're gonna move on with Ruthless and Kai.
Yeah, I think Ashton's in the oven.
You ready, Justin?
Did you hear
He's
me?
up at the start line.
He's up, ready to go.
Oh,
Oh,
Ashton.
Ashton is.
He's ready to go.
Oh, all right, my bad. I didn't know he
Okay.
came back. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was looking at the old cars parked up.
Hang on, give me a second.
We got to change the names real quick, Ashton.
Yeah, so we got Agreed in the lead and Ashton in the chase.
Yep.
Let's do this.
All right,
We're good to go.
here we go.
All right, we got Agreed with Team NFGA in the lead this time with Ashton in the chase, coming into the first inner clip. Beautiful clip there. Ashton getting right up on that door, dropping the tire within proximity of the lead, so he should be good there. Coming around into the fourth, touch and go here. Agreed is getting some good speed and good angle in these touch and goes with Ashton just right on his door. That was a nice clean run from both drivers. It looked like I didn't see any tire drops besides that one, but he was in proximity, so it should be good there. We're gonna have them switch it up with Ashton in the
We're
lead
good.
and Agreed in the chase. Just waiting for the
Hey,
car.
Agreed, get back. Scoot back to your rear wheels.
Up
Yeah,
to
we need Agreed to get right
Yeah, there we
back,
go. There we
front
go.
wheel to back wheel. All right, get those tires spinning with Ashton in the lead. Coming into the first inner clip. Good initiation there in the second clip. Beautiful clip there into the touch and goes across the crosswalk. Drops the tire with Agreed right on that back bumper here, coming across into the fourth touch and go. Across here into the final touch and go with Agreed playing catch up here across the finish line. Nice job, guys. We got these guys throwing some nice runs. We're just gonna see what the judges have to say here. I think they're gonna count that tire drop for sure on Ashton's lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going now to look. I'm just watching for contact from the chase.
All right. We got Agreed here in his red S15. He had it blue on Wednesday. If you were a little confused.
I'm looking at that chase from Ashton, and you had the camera in the perfect spot. Once again, that was his rear bumper. That was not a tire drop.
He painted that line. So I just want to clarify on our tire drops, the way that we do tire drops. If you paint the outer line, so technically there should be a white line of some sort there. It's just a crosswalk, so it's gapped.
Nah, you
But if there's black tire mark over the yellow section, and there's no separation between the yellow and the tire mark itself, it's not a tire drop.
I'm looking at
So you can paint you can even paint over a little bit technically, as long as there's not a gap between
the
the line
line.
itself
Yeah,
and the tire mark.
yeah. I'm looking at it.
And we do that because we play PC and console, and there's desync involved. So we don't want the hitboxes to alter anything between console and PC, because the hitboxes are different for console than what it is for PC because of that reason. So we give that allowance on tire drops. So if there's any contact or anything like that, or even if it's just on the line itself, we don't want nothing to be adjusted. So we give that little bit of leeway.
Okay, I'm gonna put this picture in so everybody can see it. That was not a tire drop. I just wanted to be fair.
I don't think either one of them tire drops.
He had that camera
Yeah,
in
they
the
both had
perfect spot.
solid runs.
And I would just recommend for that zone if you can do that the same angle just for that zone, because that's an
Yeah,
iffy spot for for everybody.
yeah.
If to see if you're trying to be deep in the zone, but you don't want to drop a tire. You know what I mean?
I'm just right now. All I've got to go off is watching for proximity at this point to see who had better proximity through certain zones to make a call. If not, it's gonna come down to a one more time. I'm just watching for proximity.
I'm gonna watch their leads again.
I mean, through that outer section, they were both super close. I mean, they were right up on each other's door. The transitions are damn near identical going into zone 4.
Yeah.
And then zone 5, I do believe that. I'm gonna watch that one more time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to go one more time.
Yeah, I might have to go one more time on that. They're damn near identical, man. Especially through 3 to 4
I mean, through 1 and 2, they're
coming
almost
through
the
there.
same.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see that again. Definitely gonna have to see that again. Ashton's gonna be leading, and Agreed's gonna be in the chase.
All right, we're back with the OMT, our second OMT of the night, second run of the night.
All right, here we go.
Ashton in the lead first this time with Agreed in the chase. Coming into the first interclip, good initiation. Beautiful interclips there into the touch and goes. Beautiful, nice. Almost getting right up to that edge of that crosswalk. That's what we like to see. A little shallow on that touch and go there. Get nice and wide on that last one. Beautiful. Nice clean run. I Agreed is going to have to either match that or do better on his lead. Try to make up for that nice run. Maybe hit that zone a little deeper in that fourth touch and go here.
We're good.
That's where he can make it up here as he comes up for the initiation into the first interclip with Ashton in the chase. Coming beautiful. Nice flips there into the touch and go across the crosswalk here into the third one by the side. Beautiful zone there. Into the fourth touch and go. Can he make it deeper? And he does with Ashton right on his tail coming across the finish line. A beautiful lead by Agreed.
Yeah, I think that's got to go to Agreed for me overall.
Yeah. Depth on the lead too through the little 3 touch and goes for the outer zone. I did notice even for watching Chase that Agreed had a better zone fulfillment on that,
Yeah.
especially through touch and go 2, the furthest back point on the yellow line.
And the second to last zone at Ashton was quite a bit shallow in that zone. And Agreed filled it out quite a bit. And in the initiation, it was closer. Kind of felt like Ashton Dustin, strangely enough.
All right, so who'd you vote for? Let me get this in right.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, next up we got Ruthless and Kai.
And remember, don't leave because we got to lose your bracket.
Yep, don't leave, guys.
Elimination. So Ashton can leave because he's got other stuff he's got to do, but he's got to come back.
Yeah, you better come back.
Better come back.
Baby, come back. All
Who-
right, Ruthless.
Yeah, let me put the names in.
Team Hellbound, Ruthless James, and that WRX STI. orange after that drift works STI.
Against young Katsuhara.
Yes, he is a young Padawan. All right, coming into the first inner clip. Good initiation by Ruthless. Coming into the second one, puts a tire up on that sidewalk. Into the touch and goes. Beautiful first one. Second one, really shallow. And the third one, a little shallow, but still filling the zone a little bit. Into the fourth. And the final one, dropping a tire or two up on that sidewalk across the finish with
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Katsuhara.
clarify that as a double tire drop.
Okay.
That was-
Yeah, it was a double tire drop. Katsuhara did a pretty good job at staying on his rear bumper and door.
He did definitely.
Swapping names.
Kind of a little bit tricky to lead. Kind of
We're good.
space, but all right, here we go.
All right. Katsuhara is in the lead this time. Ruthless is in the chase. Coming into the first inner clip, a little slow initiation there. Smooth though, as he gets into these touch and goes, throws a big angle and throws Ruthless off. There's his line a little bit, causing some contact. Gets up on that fourth one, is pulling away from Ruthless, leaving it in the dust, and looks like he drops 2 tires on that final touch and go.
So we definitely had a DNF on the lead for him. I can clip it and drop it on the chat if needed. For the finish for Ruthless.
And I'm just watching that again. It doesn't look like Katsuhara was going to oversteer when he hit him either.
Other than his slower initiation into touch and go one, I mean, he didn't drop any tires or anything, even with the contact from James.
Yeah, I was just wondering if he was going to oversteer before James contacted him anyway, but I don't think he was. I think it was going to be clean anyway. I'm watching.
Yeah, Seven's gonna go.
I'm watching it over and over again to make sure.
Yeah.
I just want to make 100% sure because that could have almost been an oversteer.
I mean, even with that, he ran a complete lawn.
Yeah, I don't think it was going to be an oversteer anyway. And even
So this one,
yeah, so that one goes to Katsuhara then.
is James still in the lobby?
Yeah, he's right here.
Why didn't it pick it? There we go. Next up, we got No Slide and Tokes.
And this is our last match of our first brackets, right?
Yeah, and then we'll move into the losers bracket to get that done.
Yep.
And then we'll finish up with the main bracket for the event.
Yep.
Ruthless is asking a question. He's asking if he dropped 2 tires on his.
Yes, you did. I can clip it as well
Yeah.
from the stream. The way I have the camera on the
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
on the line itself following y'all, you can clearly see 2 tires up on
Sorry,
the
he's
Yeah.
asking
on the curb
about
for the finish.
Katsuhara.
Did he drop 2 tires on his lead? He didn't drop any tires.
Yeah, he didn't drop any on his lead.
I mean, just for clarification, I'll go back and watch one more time. So let me go to his lead.
No.
I'm gonna go back and watch one more time just to make sure. So give us a minute, Captain, and No Sled. We're gonna make sure he didn't drop any tires. Well, even if he dropped 1, that's a moot point because Captain dropped 2 and DQ'd the run. So,
Even with the chase for him dropping 2, it's another DQ on his run. If he's saying he dropped 2 on the chase, he had a clean run. He didn't drop any tire.
No, and
Yeah, he didn't drop anything.
no. Yeah, we're good.
Oh yeah.
I thought I heard you
Okay,
say last
so
outer zone, or I misheard.
that
y'all
was
say
my
you-
bad for the
Yeah,
announcing.
your last outer zone on your chase.
Yeah, because I announced that he might have dropped 2 tires because I saw the old tire marks from when
Yeah.
Ruthless dropped his tires. For some reason, they didn't fade away when they did their run, so I thought he might have
All right, ready,
I
Justin?
gotcha. Yeah, we got no slide in the lead and Tokes in the chase.
All right, here we go. Last run of our winner's bracket here.
All right, we got Captain Tokes and No Slide, Team LDT and Hellbound. Ooh, No Slide looks like it might have put a tire up on that sidewalk coming into the touch and goes. Beautiful job here by No Slide on the touch and goes with Captain Tokes trying to reel in that door coming into the fourth zone there into the last touch and go across the finish line.
Great chase by Tokes.
Yeah, that was a good job there.
Contact with it, but nothing huge.
Nothing huge.
Nothing.
Huge.
Nope. Good old Trump quote. Give me just a second.
It's huge. This one's gonna be huge, guys. We're going into this next one. Captain Tokes.
Did you see that? Did y'all see that kid for Halloween? Him and the little girl with Hillary Clinton.
No, I haven't.
It's great. I'll send you a little link later for that. I'm ready to go when y'all are ready.
Yeah,
Tokes in the lead.
yeah.
Slide in the chase.
All right, here we go. Captain Tokes in the lead. Let's do this.
They've both been working on this one together, actually. Look at this.
Beautiful, beautiful first two clips by Captain Tokes. That initiation was just on point. Putting the tire, looks like, up onto that sidewalks, Captain Tokes coming out of that third one into the fourth one, and the final touch and go, a little bit wide on that final touch and go, but still a good, very nice lead by Captain Tokes. And No Slide he was not leaving his side.
So I definitely need to go watch those back.
Yep.
I do know that the tire drops on both their leads cancel out.
Yeah, it was a very slight touch on my screen of Captain Tokes out of that third touch and go. Very, very slight.
Yeah, I'm going to watch now.
The third touch and
I'm
go.
watching. Yeah, I'm watching now on Tokes' chase.
Watching Tokes' lead, that was so close. That was just barely on top of that curb. I mean, the rest of it was perfect, except for the very last zone was.
They both ran touch and go 3 the same on their lead. I do know that. Zone final zone across the finish. For lead anyways as well.
That doesn't
And
matter.
the slide had a
That doesn't matter up on the curb, Captain. If you're up on the curb, it's a drop. That's only over a line.
and then the initiation from slide was crazy. That was he was on his door.
And they were both basically shallow through one zone apiece. I think I'm gonna have to see it one more time. I think.
Yeah, because like I'm saying, Tokes' finish compared to the outer zone 3,
No slides. I mean,
4.
Tokes' chase was a slightly better though. He was a little bit further off on the very start, but there was that little bump too from no slide in the transition from the second inner to the outer to the first outer on the chase.
Yep. Let's see this ran back.
Yeah, run back.
We got Tokes in the lead and slide in the chase. We're getting a lot of one more times tonight.
A lot of good matchups.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Here we go. One more time.
Bag, are you talking back?
Nope, that was me.
Barely. Captain Tokes in the lead, coming across the inner clips. No Slide on his back bumper here. Coming across the third touch and go, transitioning into the fourth. No Slide trying to catch up here, losing a little bit of his line to catch up here with Captain Tokes across the finish line. That was a solid run by Captain Tokes. He was pushing that thing. He was saying he thought I was fast the first time. Watch this, baby.
Just
All right, No Slide's going to have to put on a good performance here to try to make up for that gap on his chase. Captain Tokes in the chase here. We're coming. Oh, No Slide coming across the inner clips tight. Captain Tokes getting choked up there up onto the sidewalk, but it's going to be all right because he was in proximity, it looked like. Coming across the fourth inner clip, or touch and go, sorry, into the final zone across the finish.
I got to give that one.
Yeah, so those drops were within proximity because of the way that No Slide initiated that. That was not wonky, but it was just a little bit more shallow of an initiation, so that swing wasn't there, which caused Captain to go on the curb within proximity. So those drops are definitely not counted against him. Following that, just the finish alone was a lot tighter coming out of 4 to 5 across the line. That's definitely going to have to go to Tokes. What do y'all got on it? What you got, Bag?
Yes, we can. Yep. Can you guys hear Bag?
No, we
They
can't.
can't hear you, Bag.
I was waiting on his response.
Yeah, I hear him talking.
Nobody can.
Oh, they can't hear him either. That's weird.
Haven't heard him for a few battles. Yeah, everyone's saying they can't hear him. Is your mic muted?
Yeah,
Yeah, hear me now.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, my vote go to Tokes. But on the last run, when y'all said the OMT, my vote went to Tokes on the first run. To me. So
Okay.
I mean, but I was outnumbered. So I mean, I don't know if y'all could have heard me, but yeah, I said my vote go to Tokes on the last one. But still, I'm going to Tokes.
Yeah, we both said it. Yeah, but this time Tokes will win.
Sweet.
Let me get this put in real quick.
Good rounds, fellas. Good rounds.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're going to move on down to the losers bracket now. Or no, we're going to bring Damien and Ashton up. Damien's going to be in the lead.
All right, we are done with our first bracket. We're going into the second one with Damien and Ashton. Just waiting for Ashton to show up.
Did y'all ping him? Remember, he probably bounced to the other comp.
But it's good. Jump on him.
Who did we have win between Kai and Ruthless? I forget. Got Chad asking.
So I can record myself.
Kai.
Oh yeah, Kai won that.
So not only is it but
Nobody's down and out from the first round.
Right.
See this, and now it's starting to go anyway. It's gonna be real crazy to see what goes on tonight.
Oh yeah.
Are we still waiting on Ashton to get in?
Yeah.
Chad is asking
Let's,
if there's a
We're gonna take a quick intermission. We'll be right back.
And now.
We're back
And
with the lead.
we're back.
We're just gonna move on right now because we're waiting on Ashton. We're gonna bring in No Slide and Ruthless with Ruthless leading.
Oh, there's Ashton. He just said what's up.
Is he?
Today's comp is sponsored by Wonder Bread. Get your fresh Wonder Bread at your local grocery stores.
I like Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread.
Hey, someone drop that lobby code too, please.
I'm
I've got like 6 screens
It's
up.
in the chat.
telling it.
We'll just say it starts with a number.
What letter?
Starts with the letter E.
It starts with the letter B.
For baggish.
That's right.
Here he is. He here.
Let's get this going.
Yeah.
So we got Damien in the lead with Ashton in the chase.
Alright.
And I just want to clarify the team name for Ashton. I asked in one of the chats for the team. Someone said something, and yeah, it wasn't him or anything, but the team is wrong. I forgot what team was where because of something previous, and that's what that is. So if anybody's wondering, Ashton is not DTI. It's
Team Kyoki.
with bag. Yeah, there we go.
Yo.
So it's just it's a typo on a confusion between multiple chats of trying to find out drivers for teams.
Alright.
Whenever y'all are ready, I'm ready to go.
Headlight welcome. Headlight and bump welcome. Love taps.
All right, we're back.
Nothing
We're
like,
gonna get this thing going.
nothing like a little unsportsmanlike conduct. Are we ready?
We are
I'm ready.
ready.
Alright.
to
Let's move
go.
it. 1,
The
2.
cone car is sending them off, and we have Ashton and Damien Bro for the first battle of the losers bracket into the clips, into the touch and goes. Here we go. First, second. Ooh, Damien drops behind a little bit and drops a tire or two into that second touch and go. With Ashton coming across the finish line, he's going to finish with a solid run.
Let's go.
That was a solid.
Got the names backwards, so they're gonna be correct here in a second. So I'm ready when cone car is ready.
Ready to go.
Don't hit the go-kart, did I knew that was coming.
Get these guys lined up.
Alright.
All right, here we go. We got Damien in the lead this time, coming into the first clip. Beautiful. Beautiful there. Coming into the touch and goes across the crosswalk. Great proximity to the zones here with Ashton getting right up on that door as best he can. Could be a little bit closer in some areas, but a very solid pace.
I tried to cut off before that happened. That was funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's like, Tag, you're it.
Go back and watch some of these runs real quick.
A little bit of brotherly love.
I think overall, just slightly go to Ashton.
I gotta go to Ashton because I think Damien dropped the tire and he was shallow on the left.
I'm watching Damien's chase right now for that outer zone to call if he was
I think he was out of proximity, and he was
I said I'm
super shallow on the very last zone.
I'm watching it now.
There was contact into the horseshoe, but it didn't throw him off his line at all. And I think it was because I think it was the same situation
Yeah.
with no slide when he was gonna maybe.
So basically Damien gripped up and took that 3 zones pretty flawlessly. Probably could have been a little deeper on that lead, but the view that I have is the difference between the lead and the chase. That the tires were dropped and Ashton pulled away through zone 2, and it took Damien back coming into 4 to really pull that right back and grab him.
Yeah,
Whereas,
and that last zone, Damien basically just missed.
yeah.
We
And then whereas, yeah, exactly, Ashton,
filled it out.
he was right there, a little bit of contact, but it wasn't enough to really throw Damien off.
Yeah, I'd have to give it to Ashton.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with Ashton on that one. Good runs, Damien. We definitely love having you out here, man.
Want to hit the cone car?
Podium driver.
Good runs, Daniel.
Good runs.
It's not the night, man. Week 2 starts next week. We're gonna have the same list of drivers, do it all over again. Week 2, pull top 4 from each week and run a top 8 finale. So we'll definitely be seeing Damien around, and hopefully he's on that finale.
Good runs there.
All right, next we got Ruthless and No Slide.
All right.
Ruthless is going to be in the lead with No Slide in the chase.
Here we go. No slide. Getting in that burnout box. Both drivers in that burnout box. Ooh, a little contact in the burnout box. That's gonna fault on Ruthless there for getting in the way of No Slide on that burnout box. I don't know if he's gonna take the win here in that burnout box.
Whenever drivers are ready.
We're about to send it here, boys.
Here we go.
All right, we got Ruthless James in the lead. Team Hellbound and No Slide with Team LDT in that first corner. No Slide gets a little wide, and Ruthless looks like he drops a tire up on that second inner clip. And No Slide's playing catch up as Ruthless comes into that fourth touch and go, and finishing across the line with a ton of angle on that finish line. No Slide finally trying to getting close to catching up at the end there.
Solid run, solid run. God, that Mustang sounds mean.
It's nasty. It's scary,
Sounds so cute.
right?
Well, we're good to go.
It's like Mike Wazowski trying to scare people at the Monsters Inc. All right, here we go. In the first inner clip, beautiful job there by No Slide. Ruthless getting as close as he can. A little tap on the bumper, but all's well that ends well as No Slide comes across into that fourth touch and go, losing a little proximity here. Ruthless James catching up here at the finish line, but not able to get on his door in that last section. So we're gonna have to see what the judges have to say. Gonna be kind of close here.
I'm going to go watch this proximity gap between both drivers because it was present between both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also had a tire drop on James in his lead.
Was there?
Yeah, on the second inner clip. You can go back on the stream and see it.
I just did.
Yeah, he was wide on that.
I just feel
He was
like
wide
I
on
just
the
feel like
first.
No Slide was playing catch up the entire run, whereas James kind of lost him going through the outer zones 2 and 3, and then he lost him from there.
Ruthless was shallow on coming out of the horseshoe on that one zone. Finished the runs strong though.
And
Mm-hmm.
No Slide, No slide's chase. He was way out wide on that first zone. Had to come and clip a tire and drop the tire on his chase on
Yeah,
on the second inside.
yeah. My vote will have to go to Ruthless.
What you mean by that?
I'm watching these again.
I think I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a one more time as well. Um, I want to see that again, just because of the proximity between the chases. I mean, they were both present, regardless of who took longer to catch up. I mean, the proximity gap was present between both.
To me,
Um,
James had 2 tire drops. No slide had 1, and and James's chase was just a tiny bit better. But their leads were about the same except for James's tire drop. So yeah, I just say one more time.
let's see that again. We're gonna have no slide in the lead, but Ruthless in the chase. They were just too close to call. I mean, it's just minor stuff on the leads, and then for the chase, there's proximity gap between both. It was present. One wasn't really shorter than the other than coming out of touch and go 1 and 2, whereas the drop for Ruthless was from touch and go 2 and 3. So we're talking one zone of a difference where the proximity gap really started.
Oh shit, Ruthless.
It's not enough.
That's partly why Ruthless has said is pinged at 356 right now. So let's wait.
He was at 800 his whole chase.
Let's wait for that to chill out. If it,
Oof.
What are you talking about? That's good.
We're gonna take another quick break. We'll be right
That's
back.
good ping.
let's run this. All right, we're
They'll
back.
hack somebody's internet to
All
get good
right,
Wi-Fi.
We got
we're
no
back.
slide. No slide in the lead with the Ruthless in the chase.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go. Ruthless James in the chase here with No Slide in the lead. Coming into the first corner. Good initiation by No Slide with James closing that gap coming into the touch and goes. No Slide. Double tire dropping and completely DNFing out of the crosswalk. Ruthless James is going to go ahead and pass him up here and finish the run. And then we're going to line back up and see what happens.
Definitely a great overpass.
Yep.
Definitely, that is a perfect example of when the overpass is definitely meant to
I
happen.
mean, overtake.
Yeah.
Oh man, said the overpass. I'm like, where the bridge at?
Where's the bridge at?
The real shit.
All
Like,
good.
where the bridge?
Overtake,
What the
overpass.
dog doing?
That's the first time we've but it is. Look, serious note, that is the first time we've had it happen.
What do you mean by that?
True.
And that is
Text
a
it.
good execution of how it should go.
All right.
I'm swapping names.
All right, here we go.
So
Anything could still happen.
this
Ruthless
bridge real
James
quick.
could absolutely tank this next run, and No Slide will get lucky and have a one.
all he's got to do is throw a solid lead, man.
Yeah, that's all he has to do. But you know, that confidence will get to you sometimes. Look at that. See, he's already messing up. I'm kidding. Ruthless coming into the touch and goes. Here we go. Across the crosswalk into the third touch and go. Beautiful there with No Slide. Trying to close this gap. Into the fourth touch and go. Transition to the fifth and final into the finish line. Great job. Ruthless is going to go ahead and take that W for his battle.
Solid chase nonetheless by No Slide. Even down and out, he still made a good chase. Good run.
Yes, sir.
Definitely one of the books for Ruthless.
Ooh,
And his things
Ruthless
settled down.
driving up over Damien. Damien going under Ruthless.
What do you mean by that?
All right, now we're moving back up. We've got Temple and Agreed.
Temple and Agreed.
We got Temple in the lead.
Did he agree to this?
He did. He thumbed up.
He thumbed up. All right.
The handbook.
All right.
So he.
Okay.
He did.
And you're ready, Justin?
We are good to go.
For Gucci, here we go. We got Temple in the lead and Agreed. Agreed to let Temple in the lead on this first inner clip. Look at that proximity to that sidewalk. Over the crosswalk with Agreed on that door. He is writing down his name card info for later so he can hit him up on Facebook and add him as a friend because he's so close. It might as well go on a date.
He definitely took off on him in that lead for 4 and 5.
Solid chase. It's solid lead.
Yeah.
All right, we got Agreed, who agreed to be in the lead.
And we are good to go.
Temple in the chase. Here we go. Good initiation by Agreed. Tire dropping. Oh, on both inner clips, it looks like. Could be wrong on the first one, but definitely right on the second one. Temple catching up, closing that gap here into the fourth touch and go. As Agreed transfers into the last clip there. Nice.
That second touch and go was definitely caused by the contact. The drop
Okay. That makes
because
sense.
because it didn't allow him to transition there.
I need to watch.
I'm watching this back now.
Yeah, I need to watch Agreed's lead his lead again.
Agreed's chase through the first section was better, but Temple's chase through the second section was better.
Temple didn't drop or and he threw a solid run. He fulfilled every zone perfectly. I mean that lead alone. Go back and watch Temple's lead.
I'm watching right now.
He hit every zone where it should have been hit. The depth of every zone, the inner clips. That was a solid lead run by Temple.
All right, so
I
was
mean, I really just
Agreed's tire drop on inner clip 2? Whose fault was that? Was because
That,
it was. It looks like it was a little bit of contact.
that was the contact's fault.
I'm watching now from Temple.
That was the fault of the contact because he couldn't transition there. But
Oh.
he
Yeah, I'm watching now just to 100%.
he basically I think he basically missed zone one though. It was really wide.
Oh, yeah, I'm going with Temple. Good run.
Agreed.
Yeah, yeah,
Hang on, give me a second.
I think
I'm still
Agreed had a better lead. I don't know.
okay. So there was a choke up too. So if you go back and look between 2 and 3, he locked up. Agreed locked up on his lead. There's no decel there. That's an intentional decel into a. If we're gonna nitpick, I'm gonna start nitpicking, and that's it. Go back and watch Agreed's or lead, and watch between 2 and 3. He was gonna go. He knew he was gonna overshoot that, so he locked up to hit a major decel.
Yeah, like he said, he was locked up. He said he locked up because he was off his line from the contact.
That's way after. That's 3 whole zones after.
Which zone?
He was he's.
Which
I'm
zone?
talking outer touch and go 2, the very back yellow hash,
Yeah.
and then next to the sign for touch and go 3, coming out of the outer zone section. If you watch going into touch and go 3, right there by that sign, right before he gets there, he majorly locks up,
Yeah, but
and they're in.
it didn't affect the chase driver at all. He wasn't in proximity for it to
No,
affect.
that's what I'm saying. That was still an intentional. That's still a remark on the lead driver, because he locked up. It's still a remark. That's what I'm getting at. I mean, I'm not trying to cheat nobody out of a run. I'm just calling a run as I'm seeing it, and he intentionally locked up when there's not a decel indicated on the line because he knew he was going to overshoot that.
So how is he supposed to hit the next zone if he don't hit his brakes?
Yeah,
He can hit his
I think
brakes, but you can't lock up.
it's
Is
fine.
what I'm getting at.
I think it's okay as long as he doesn't mess up. If the chase driver was there close enough to him and caused the chase driver to hit him because of that decel, then I would see that.
Then we need to see it. Then we just need to see it one more time on
Yeah,
this.
that's what I think. I think it's one more time.
Then we just need to go with it one more time and be there with it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have Agreed lead and then Temple in the chase. That's how we'll just take this then. If we're not gonna call that, then we'll one more time it.
Hold on, let me straighten up here.
You're good. Like I said, I'm not trying to cheat nobody out of a run. I'm just trying to call it as I see it.
I wanted to go again. There was nothing definitive. It was pretty damn close. Agreed had a better chase. Temple had a better lead. So
Yeah.
Alrighty then, lads, here we go. Gonna have Agreed in the lead here for the first run on the OMT. Nice
Taking
first
off in that
split.
first initiation.
Look at that. Into the touch and goes. Temple on that door through that crosswalk. Coming across into the fourth touch and go, transferring here into the final touch and go across the finish line with Temple on that bumper, giving him a tap.
solid run, solid run. A little shallow through the horn, but the rest of it was very, very, very good.
Yes, definitely. Temple's gonna take the lead this time.
We're good.
Now this is a nice.
That's a nice run there. All right. Temple initiating into the first inner clip. A little contact by Agreed. Kyoto Temple coming around into the touch and goes across the crosswalk. Beautiful zones there. Slapping that sign off the sidewalk. Got some X Factor points there. Man, I swear. Coming across the finish line nice and deep in that final touch and go.
Agreed had the better chase. Um, just from initiation, and then he stuck his door basically the entire line. I'm gonna go back and watch just to make sure I'm not missing anything, but as of this moment, I'm leaning more towards Agreed.
I'm watching it too.
I'm watching the Grease lead.
Greed's lead was almost perfect, except for he was shallow on the horseshoe, just a tiny bit on each zone. Other than that, it was really, really good. Even with a little bump, he's still coming up to that next zone. Perfect. Right up to the curb and almost right up to the curb on the last
Yeah,
zone. They both bumped.
yeah, just shallow on 1
They both bumped each
and
other in
2.
faces in the exact same spot too.
He was just a little shallow on 1 and 2, but I mean that's nothing too
And
major.
I don't think
And then Timbo had the contact.
Agreed.
Even though Agreed hit his zone right for the finish, this contact's still there on the chase.
And I don't think Agreed touched Temple at all in his chase in that first
Mm-hmm.
start of that zone. And he was right on him to the
I'm gonna
full.
have
That
to.
little bit of contact was in the same spot, so that kind of negates each other. But Temple's last
Yeah,
zone and second to last zone were damn near perfect too.
I would have to give it
I'm
to
gonna go.
Greed.
I'm going Agreed.
Agreed.
Next up we got Kai and Captain. Temple, don't go anywhere. You still got another run. At minimum 1. Next up we do have Kai and Captain. Kai's gonna be in the lead.
We have the Kai and the Captain coming up to the starting line. All right,
And we're ready.
Let's make this a little bit better.
it's gonna be a nice battle. Here we go. We got Captain Tokes chasing Katsuhara into that first inner clip. A little bit wide on that first one. Good on that second one. Into the touch and goes. Beautiful zones fulfillment here by Katsuhara with Captain Tokes on his door. Coming in across the fourth one into the last one. Dropping a tire. Captain Tokes loses it over the finish line. Is that going to count as a finish?
That was from the angle of Kai, and he dropped the tire.
I think Katsuhara might have got 2 tires up on that curb right there.
Possibly.
I'm watching it right now.
It just need to make that a little bit better.
It just needs to be a little bit. Just a little.
A little bit better.
Well, that's so hard to tell.
I'm ready when cone car's ready.
Oh,
Ready to go. We're going to send these boys off.
sorry.
I'm gonna try and put a little bit different angle on the camera.
Start over again.
He needs 2 shots of room.
All right. Got Captain Tokes in the lead. Coming into the first inner clip. Second one. Beautiful. Good angle here coming into the touch and go. Setting it up just right with Katsuhara right on that door as they come across into the fourth touch and go. Katsuhara closing that gap a little bit with Captain Tokes taking off into the last outer zone here. Across the finish line.
So they both had. I watched both runs, lead and chase. I'm gonna see what y'all have to say about the lead here first. I'm gonna go back and watch these chases just to double verify.
Katsuhara was shallow in the outer touch and go before the horseshoe. Uh, I can't really blame Tokes crashing at the end on that one tire. If it was two tires, I understand why he went that low wide, but one tire, I don't think.
I'm looking to see if it.
I can't blame Katsuhara for that.
Okay.
I don't think he dropped
I
two
do
tires.
know.
Yeah, he only
Look at
dropped
the zone
one, but I
fulfillment too
don't
for
think
the
he was that
finish.
wide. So as though
And then
Yeah, and
Toka,
if you look at the zone fulfillment on the leads too, you'll notice that Kai did have a more zone fulfillment, even with the tire drop, of course. But Tokes was shallow, so if that cancels out or not, I'm not aware of how you're gonna handle that.
well, that's a
I'm
DQ on the chase
looking at
for
I'm
hitting that
looking
pole.
at that's what I'm
So
saying.
it's got to
Hold
go
on, but
that far off the
I'm looking at yeah, I'm
chase.
looking at Tokes joint now. Yeah, Tokes would have had it. He ran all the zones. He was a little shallow in the crosswalk in the horseshoe. All the zones were perfect on his lead. And
But you're calling it
yeah, he
DQ on
was
that chase.
shallow on this last zone. So I would have to give it to Katsuhara because like I said, I don't think Katsuhara was wide enough on that last zone to make Tokes DQ. He only
It's
dropped one tire, not
it's a
two.
it's a DQ, Captain, because you know that post is there and you're not supposed to hit it, and he didn't hit it, so you definitely shouldn't hit it.
Then he dropped the tire
And
on
it
the
was
lead.
like a barely, he got up on the curb real quick and came right back down. It wasn't like a wide tire. And he almost
You
dropped.
still got another run, bro. So don't think that you're out because you're not out.
Yeah, yeah, you. It's a double elimination. That's your first loss.
You're definitely not out.
It was two tires, I understand why he went that. One tire, I don't think. I'm hoping to see it. I can't
So
blame.
yeah, I got to give that to King.
Oh, why did it do that? Oof. Hang on, I'm gonna have to go through this bracket again real quick. Hang on. I'm gonna have to end this bracket and redo it. No, it's not gonna change anything. I just gotta redo it. It clicked on another name on accident. I wasn't paying attention. It's gonna start right back up. Let me see. Okay.
What you mean by that?
I just gotta redo this bracket real quick. Alright. And then we had agreed take that one.
When it was like a barely, he got up on the curb real quick and came right back down. It wasn't like a wide tire. And he almost.
And then we had down here. I'm trying to see. So we had Damien take it. Damien beat Ashton, correct? I think that's what this says. No, Ashton. Ashton won that, sorry. And then we had No Slide and Ruthless. With Ruthless taking that. Alright. And then for Kai and Captain, that went to Kai, we said.
I'm watching Temple and Agreed run right now to watch this. What they're talking about.
I'm trying to. out of Kai and Captain, we had Kai advancing, correct?
Yeah.
So that brings us back down. That brings us to Agreed and Kai for the winners bracket still running. Down here in the losers bracket, which we're gonna run to real quick. We got Captain and Ashton that's gonna run.
And I just watched that again, Temple and Agreed, and there was definitely contact after the horseshoe in between the horseshoe first or the second to last zone. You guys both contacted each other in the exact same spot.
So we got Captain a bleeding, Ashton in the chase. Hey, Captain.
There.
Yep, he's here. Captain in the lead, Ashton in the chase. I'm ready when Cone Car's ready.
Right, the judges have called it. We got Captain Tokes up to the line with Ashton making their runs here. Coming up into the first inner clip. Good initiation here by Captain Tokes with Ashton in the chase. Catching up into the touch and goes here across the crosswalk. Captain Tokes transferring over into this fourth touch and go, trying to get as close to that light pole as possible. Ashton on that rear bumper.
We're gonna have to watch back going into between the clips and the outer zone to see what really happened there. It was so quick. I don't know if that caused him to drop or if that was a drop on his own, but we'll definitely check that back out and watch it. Give me just a second.
Yep.
All right.
Temple said, "What about my X Factor points?" Ash and Captain Tokes coming into the first clip. Into the touch and goes. Beautiful there. Good transfer over into the third one here. Nice job by Ashton with Captain Tokes reeling it in this fourth zone into the final touch and go across the finish line. Tokes wasn't able to get completely up on his door, but still a solid chase.
I do feel like overall, and that lead was so clean that he just threw down. Go back, double check these chases real quick. Watch that contact.
Yeah, I'm not going to count that tire drop on the second inner against Captain because that was due to the contact.
Yeah, I'm going back now. Like I said, watch.
You
Make
talking
sure.
about the contact on in the clip too?
Yeah, he delayed his transition there quite a bit.
All right, so that goes on who?
I think that's a against Ashton for making so much contact, but I'm looking at these leads anyway. After that,
Dude, Ashton's lead was so much cleaner. There was a pretty good
Oh,
correction
all
in
right,
touch
yeah,
and
he
go
did give
three.
him a little
yeah,
tap.
This
He gave him
I
a
don't
little.
think
the zone the
I don't think that was a correction. I think that was I think that was his connection.
Yeah, and then his car twitched real fast. That wasn't.
And Captain was shallow on the very last zone because of the contact. And I think he was shallow into the first touch and go throughout the horseshoe because of the contact. Because I just threw him off his line through that whole section. But regardless of that, he was shallow on the second and third of the horseshoe. And Ashton had there. Ashton had a little bit better proximity throughout, but he also had that contact because of it. I'm rewatching Captain's chase right now.
I'm watching Ashton's lead.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I have to see it one more time.
Um,
There's just too many small little
I,
things here and there.
I was just gonna say that one more time.
I
I'm down for it one more time. We got Ashton in the lead and Captain Tokes in the
agree.
chase. I'd rather run one more time it than take 5 more minutes to nitpick something small to call it on. Or we can just see a rerun and get it from there. Tokes in the chase, Ashton in the lead.
All right, here we go. We're having another OMT.
He had a lot of those tonight.
Yeah, good runs. Solid match.
Definitely. Ashton is leading Captain Tokes into the touch and goes. Beautiful run here into the first set of touch and goes, into the fourth one here. A little wide than what we'd like to see, but getting right up on that sidewalk, right next to
Great
that
finish, great
sidewalk
finish.
on the finish line. All right, I'm gonna
Just
turn it
one second.
around, get Captain Tokes set up for his lead.
We're good to go.
All right.
And here we go. Initiation, good. Into the first corner, second corner, good. Touch and goes, looking nice and smooth here. Got Ashton right on that bumper, putting the pressure on, coming across the finish line in the last touch and go. Nice, solid job here by Tokes.
Definitely solid runs by both drivers. We're gonna have to nitpick this one again, unfortunately.
I'm looking at Ashton's run.
Yeah, I'm watching Captain's chase right now. I do notice that the tire drops for the first inner clip are without proximity.
They both did
He's
that.
free.
They both dropped tires
So
and
I'm.
they're chasing the same exact
Mhm.
spot outside of proximity.
Yeah, I'm just watching them both through just to really see. And if you're calling that, then that's what it is.
Yeah, they both had almost the exact same first section lead and chase. Except Ashton's chase might have been just a teeny tiny bit more in proximity. But I think Captain filled the zones in the horseshoe better.
Like I said, I'm watching Ashton's chase now for that initiation. Ashton didn't drop on that inner clip on the second one more time.
Yeah, he did. I would have to give that to Topes only because Ashton missed the whole zone. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
that third one.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
I think it's gonna have to go to Captain.
Yeah. Captain on that one for sure.
Good runs, good runs.
All right. Next we got up Temple and Ruthless. We got Temple in the lead with Ruthless in the chase. And I'm ready whenever Concar's ready. Gabe, you ready?
Yep, let's go. Got Temple and Ruthless. Coming into the first clip, into the second clip, beautiful proximity to that sidewalk there by Temple. James right up on him, losing a little bit proximity coming into that fourth touch and go. Temple, beautiful proximity to these sidewalks. Ruthless was playing a little bit of catch up there on that last section. All right, here we go with the drivers getting set up.
Alrighty.
All right, Team Kyoto and Hellbound battling it out. Good zones here by Ruthless with Tempo right on him. Oh, and Ruthless is gonna spin it out over the crosswalk with a save by Temple.
A little bit of mustard off.
A little bit too much mustard.
Solid runs, solid runs. That was
Definitely solid.
Temple
that's
had to get that get back. He got to get that get back.
Mine definitely goes to Temple on that.
Yeah,
for the critical angle.
good
Yeah.
runs, Temple.
Unfortunate, Ruthless, but man, good stuff, man. Good stuff. We definitely appreciate it. Don't forget Monday, man. We do it all over again. Week 2, St. Pete. A whole new layout. Same drivers. We'll be good to go. 9 p.m. Central. So definitely we're gonna see you back for that one. You're gonna reclaim it and make it happen. But good stuff nonetheless. Good stuff. Next we got up Tokes and Temple.
Tokes and Temple.
Tokes is gonna be in the lead.
Some of you toke.
We got the Siberia crew out here, Toads and Captain or James Ruthless.
What's crazy is Tokes and Ruthless are same team, Hellbound. So Temple is gonna have to definitely take this serious here because Tokes has got some redemption to do for a fellow teammate.
No.
Oh yeah, he's out for blood.
Ready whenever Cone Car's ready.
All right. Those boys off here.
We are chasing another Hellbound member, Captain Tokes. A little wide on that first clip, dropping a tire on the second one. The pressure seems to be getting to him. Coming up on the crosswalk. Pulling it together here as it comes into the fourth touch and go with Temple on him like white on rice. Bet you haven't heard that in forever.
It was a hell chase. Jeez, good runs, yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me swap this.
Temple was cooking it up like a hibachi master.
All right.
Here we
Captain
go.
Tokes in the chase this time. Good inner clip, good second clip. Coming into the touch and goes. Wow. Temple's got this line down, bro. He has got that tune dialed in, ready to take names, man. Captain Tokes trying to reel it in as they come across the finish line here.
Without even acknowledging the chase, the lead's alone. Phenomenal lead once again by Temple.
For sure.
That lead was just
Little,
you can't deny that.
little shaky, or a little couple corrections in a couple spots, but other than that,
Yeah, I mean, like Gabe said, man, he's basically there on this line to a point where he's running it in his sleep. My vote's gonna have to go for Temple on that one, man. Just it was so close, but just that lead alone, man, it was just a more solid lead overall.
well, Captain was really wide on that first outer or the first inner. I'm sure it was really close to dropping a tire on the second inner. I don't think he dropped a tire, but that was a great run.
Yeah, I gotta give that. Gotta give it to Temple.
Yeah, it's got to be the Temple because the lead by Captain was just a little bit shakier, and even with that, Temple was still following it perfect. Even behind him, Temple even filled out all the zones perfect. Didn't lose any line to build proximity or anything. It was a great run. Yeah, that'd be good.
Now we got up Agreed and Kai. Agreed's gonna be in the lead.
Nissan, V Nissan.
And whenever Cone Car is ready,
All right.
Let's get these boys going. Kai in the chase against Agreed. We keep getting red on red cars. A lot of people got red. Coming into the touch and goes. Nice zone there. Coming into the fourth touch and go here with Kai. Closing that gap into the fifth touch and go across the finish line. Beautiful finish.
solid chase.
Solid round.
It's getting closer and closer, so these drivers are definitely dialed in at this point.
Oh yeah. Yep. At this point they're starting to feel really comfortable.
I'm ready when Cone and commentator are ready.
Yep. Ready to go.
Pull on up, boys.
Getting some messages. I think we'll check them right after this run.
Then we got Katsu leading the chase. Good initiation here. Into the touch and goes after a good set of inner clips. Into the third touch and go, getting wide out there close to that sidewalk. Into the fourth zone with Agreed right on him across the finish line.
Just noticing a couple things on Kai. His chase, he was out of prox when he dropped that tire on the inner clip.
And he had hard.
Then shallow on a zone for a lead. Overall, man, just for me, that one's gonna have to go to Agreed.
I'd have to agree.
I think Kai's about to run again, if I'm not mistaken, from this. Oh, hang on. Why did that give me? It did it to me again. It put in a different. Oof. It did it to me again. I don't know why it did it. I don't think. No, it didn't. We're good. I have to look. I've got a secondary screen where I'm putting this stuff in. So that one went to Agreed.
Yeah.
So Agreed moves there. Then we move back down, and we're going to see Temple and Kai is who we're going to see. We got to see Temple and Kai. Temple's going to be leading. Kai's going to be in the chase.
Yeah. You ready?
Get it.
Or wait, we're going to have Kai in the lead and Temple in the chase.
Switch them.
My bad. I'm doing this in the order of the bracket. I'm trying to keep it. Alright. Let me see.
When you hooking up that wheel, whoop. So.
Are you gonna bring it off your PS4?
Start.
We are good. We got Kai in the lead and Temple in the chase.
Right, let's get it. Kai in the lead, leaving Temple in the
Restart.
dust here. We got a restart, looks like. Looks like we have
We got a restart on chase.
a false start.
No, it was a.
Is that?
It was a not. No, it's not a false start. I flashed. Temple wasn't ready. I thought maybe it was a glitch that I didn't see his flash.
Gotcha.
We got it. All right, here we go.
This is
Driver's
about
ready.
first, isn't it?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
All right, we got Temple in the chase. Katsuhara in the lead. into the first inner clip. Beautiful clip there. Second clip, very nice. Into the touch and goes across the crosswalk. Gets 2 drops on the crosswalk, but that might have been from the push from Temple going into the fourth zone here. Good proximity to that wall. Temple right on that door as they cross the finish line. Beautiful line by Katsuhara.
And don't forget, after this run, we need the loser to stay in this lobby.
That loser better not leave.
They. Let me swap these names.
Yep.
If you
We're
leave
good
this
to
lobby,
go.
you will admit to defeat. All right, Temple in the lead, Katsuhara in the chase. Let's get it in the first clip. Beautiful proximity to these sidewalks coming into the touch and goes. Temple is throwing down another heater with knocking over the sign again, trying to make the judges give him those X Factor points. He says, they're mine and I'm taking them.
Wrong.
So I'm going back to watch that chase again. Definitely think that the contact threw that off. Let me see.
I don't think even with that contact, it Katsuhara even dropped one tire. If he did, it was because of the contact.
Yeah, I still think it. Let me watch. I'm watching now.
Other than that bump, Temple's chase was.
It did cause him to drop a tire, but it's because of the chase.
Yeah,
Um, for that reason alone, chase wise, I'm gonna go with Kai.
I'm watching. I'm watching Temple's lead again.
I definitely got to go with Kai on that one, just for based off chase alone.
Alright,
Temple
I'm watching.
had such a solid lead.
I'm watching Temple's lead again.
Did he drop a tire on the second to last alley on third?
Who?
Temple.
Yeah, they starting now. Hold on.
And I want to make this
No,
statement clear as well.
he didn't.
The the next run between Agreed and whoever advances, if Agreed loses, it has to be ran back because Agreed doesn't have a loss.
I got you.
We would have to give him his first loss
I think.
before we can decide.
I think that goes to Katsuhara.
Yeah, I'm going with Kai just based off the chase.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I would agree.
So now we got up our final match for the night, putting Temple finishing third overall for the week in podium.
Good job, Temple.
So stay around for the picture at the end. We're about to be done. This is the last run. Depending if it's a one more time or not, we'll have to see. But we got Agreed leading, and we got Kai in the chase.
So if Agreed wins, he wins. If Katsuhara wins, it's a one more time.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And I am ready.
All right.
If y'all want to
Let's
hit a
get
burnout
it.
box or something before y'all do this, or whatever the case may be, get them jitters out. We don't want nothing to go wrong. We want both drivers to be fully confident what's going on here. This is for all the marbles. If Agreed wins, that's it. If Kai wins, we're gonna see a one more time for Agreed's first loss of the night.
Alrighty, here we go. Here goes nothing.
Let's go, Kai. Let's go. Agreed.
Katsuhara's been practicing hard for this. Agreed's been out here with us practicing.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's been showing up and showing out, man. It's great. Great to know we got dedicated drivers where we can run a multi-week event multiple times a week and have the same drivers show up.
Sending it for the final.
Here we go. Agreed. Taking off into this first corner here. Asahara closing the gap, coming into the touch and goes, getting on that door. Agreed, fulfilling these zones beautifully as Kalsahara gives him a little bit of contact coming into this fourth touch and go here. Into the final touch and go, getting right up close to that sidewalk with
He missed the
Kalsahara.
zone. The zone. I do want to clarify that the zone is the pole.
Missing a zone.
It was a little shallow, little shallow on that zone.
We had some guys that were playing really close to it throughout the night, but that one was just a little bit too far back. I'm calling everything in these final runs.
All right.
Everything's on the
I'm
table.
You ready, Justin?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right, here we go. Agreed in the chase. Kasahara in the lead. Coming into the first inner clip. The second, getting real close up in there. On the touch and goes here. On
Painting
the
that outer
third, yeah,
zone.
he's painting it for sure. Agreed, trying to close that gap and as close to him as he can while coming through these fast zones. Doing a great job at it with Kasahara coming across the finish line with a strong lead.
If lead will go back and watch outer zone 2 for the touch and go 2 on the yellow crosswalk and compare those between leads and then the finish to compare the leads for me, please.
I'm watching right now.
And I'm gonna go back and double over these chases. That's my only concerns with the Greed's lead is the shallower the zones.
Yeah, on the crosswalk.
I don't know if Agreed dropped a tire on that second inner either.
I'm watching now. I'm watching the Greed's lead and Kai's chase.
As it was,
No, he did drop a tire on that second inner.
No, he didn't. That contact doesn't constitute for anything either because it's just in transition between the two and there was nobody thrown off course. Um, Kai had a really good finish coming across in his chase as well. I gotta go watch Agreed's chase here in just a second.
I'm watching right now.
Initiations were basically the same. A little bit of procs and then they both grabbed it back. The only thing different to me is outer zone 2.
Katsuhara got the procs back a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
And they both had about the same proximity to the finish, except for Katsuhara was closer throughout the whole finish. I'd have to give it to Katsuhara.
Yeah. So we're gonna see this back.
Yep.
And this is the final.
So now we got Kai leading and Agreed in the chase.
Let's do it.
And I'm ready.
All right.
Alright, we got Katsuhara again in the lead against Agreed. Beautiful clips here by Katsuhara. Coming into the touch and goes with Agreed, closing that gap, getting as close as he can while giving him space to transition. Katsuhara coming through the fourth zone into the final zone, dropping a tire over the finish line. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna switch it up here
And I'm ready.
for what looks like could be our final run. Alright, Agreed's in the lead. Katsuhara dropping a tire on that first inner clip. Coming around the third inner clip. Good job here. A little twitchy, but not sure if that's internet or what. But Agreed is coming across strong on that final in outer touch and go.
I still feel like Greed's final zone was still shallow, about the same placement as what it was for his first lead. As far as zone fulfillment and proximity on chase, I'm checking that now. I do know we had some contact from Kai in his chase.
Yeah, that caused Agreed to get knocked off his line and up to the horseshoe.
Yep, I'm watching both back now. Regardless, they were both clean chases. I mean, both really aggressive.
Yeah, Agreed had a solid chase. And Katsuhara dropped that tire in the lead. It's going to go to Agreed for me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go Agreed on that one.
Yeah.
So overall for the night, in your podium first place is gonna go to Agreed. And we got second going to Kai. Third going to Temple. That's exactly how that's going.
You guys want to park over here in front of the cone car for a second?
That's basically it for the night. We're gonna be back Monday night, 9 p.m. Central. We're gonna do it all over again. Week 2, St. Petersburg, second line. Be there.